Did you know that we have channel memberships now? If you'd like to help support this channel, get some exclusive Kawabana emotes to use in the comments, as well as an exclusive badge by your name, click that join button now to find out more. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks guys. If you're a fan of the Internet Mysteries series, then you're no doubt aware of how much Japan loves lost, creepy, or just plain weird commercials. They're practically a genre all unto themselves. And this week, we're taking a look at yet another one that has often done the rounds of Ni Channel. This time around, we have the actual commercial, and it has never really been lost. But it's the contents of the commercial that people have questioned over the years, with some claiming there are hidden images or perhaps something subliminal hidden within it. How true is that though? Let's take a look. We have to go back quite some time to uncover when this commercial first started making the rounds on Ni Channel. In a post made on September 5th, 2001, someone posted the following. This is a copy-paste from a certain board, but I can't get it out of my mind. Have you ever felt uncomfortable while watching TV recently? The other day, I was watching this commercial when I was overcome with violent chills and nausea. It was like something was on the screen, but I was too scared to look at it directly. Is there anyone else who has felt the same way? Oh, by the way, this commercial was of a four-wheel drive running through the mountains from a particular car maker. As we can see, even in 2001, which is the earliest evidence anyone has been able to dig up online so far, this story was already a copy-paste. And since then, it has been shared numerous times, and the story grown to include different aspects. For example, another post from October 27th, 2010, almost a decade later, said the following. There was a car commercial that looked completely normal at a glance, but there was this really creepy scene in it. You couldn't see anything, but if you slowed it down, then there was a face hidden, like something subliminal. Has anyone else seen it? I think it was a Japanese car commercial from around 2001. And there were deer in it too. Again, we have a car commercial from the early 2000s, but now the legend has grown a little. Now it's not just a perfectly normal commercial that feels a little off-putting and too scary to watch, but there was an actual face hidden in it that you could only spot if you slowed the commercial down. And there was even more information on the commercial itself, mentioning that it featured some deer. Again and again, the commercial popped up in scary commercial threads, and the general consensus was that it featured a four-wheel drive driving through the mountains, there were deer somewhere in the ad, and it was particularly creepy. Now, what made it creepy differed depending on the person. Some claimed images were hidden subliminally in it. Others claimed that just watching it was enough to make you sick, although it would be unclear why because the commercial itself seemed perfectly normal. Some even claimed you could spot a dead body hidden in the commercial if you slowed it down to watch frame by frame. But was any of this true? Or was it just yet another urban legend created on Ni Channel? Well, as I stated at the start of the video, this commercial really does exist, and that part isn't the mystery. The details were specific enough that people figured out that they were talking about the Toyota Prado commercial from 1999. It takes place in the mountains, features deer, and it's not too hard to see why people thought it was a little creepy as well. I'll play it for you here, but it's without sound because it uses copyrighted music. It's the images that are important for this mystery anyway, although they are from more than 2 decades ago, so sadly, the quality is not the best. Now, for most people, it's the start of this commercial that pulls them up, particularly around the 3 to 6 second mark where the camera zooms out on the car about to kick into action, then quickly cuts back and forth between the hand shifting gears and the outside of the car. This is the part that numerous people claimed either hid a face, a dead body, or something else subliminal that you weren't supposed to actually realize was there. Keep in mind, this legend came about in the early 2000s. It wasn't quite as easy back then for anyone to just grab a commercial from TV and then scroll through it frame by frame. Possible, sure, but for most people, that would involve recording the commercial on VHS, then pausing and unpausing constantly to advance through it as slow as possible, trying to spot something, anything, on already terrible quality. Not really the ideal way to try to see something supposedly hidden between frames. And few regular people would have had the technology to convert this recording to a video file to analyze on PC. The times sure have changed. At any rate, we now do have that technology, and you can skip through the ad yourself frame by frame if you want to analyze it. I've done this, and personally can't find any hidden images anywhere in the 30-second ad, and to date, nobody else has been able to highlight a single frame where a face, dead body, or anything else like that appears either. That being said, it's not hard to see how the legend came about. The first 10 seconds or so of the commercial feature numerous quick cuts, disorienting angles, and even flashes of white light. If you were watching this on TV back in the late 90s or early 2000s, it wouldn't be that far of a jump to think, well, this isn't very pleasant to watch. Wait, was there something hidden in all those quick cuts? The legend has persisted over the years because, well, that's what most internet mysteries do, even when they're technically solved. Often the answer isn't the intriguing part, as evidenced by all of us here discussing this well over 20 years after it first appeared on the internet. It's also a neat dive into a particular part of internet history that we may or may not have otherwise seen with our own eyes. Most of Ni Channel is often lost to the ages, yes, but it's the copy-pastes that keep many things like this alive long after the fact. But what do you guys think of this one? After the commercial and maybe even going through it frame by frame yourself, do you think they were onto something? Or was it just a product of its time? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.